Hello, everyone. I'm excited to get started here. We're going to be writing. We're going to be doing just a 20-minute writing sprint. We'll start here in the next couple minutes. There is a link in the description if you want to hop into word sprints. So then it'll kind of keep track of all of the words that we write together. Looks like we've got a couple participants now. So once we get started here, we'll start 5 minutes after the hour and just start writing, and then afterwards, if anyone has any comments or anything, then I can answer those, and then we'll go from there. But what I'm going to be writing today is I've got some villains in a story that I need to kind of work out their motivation, and so I'm going to try and write the perspective of the two villains kind of coming up with their plot. Said, "Hi, Robert. I was so sad to miss the sprint last week. I was an hour late." No worries. I totally understand. On our team, as we're planning things, we always get confused with time zones and things. So I'm glad that you're here now. I think it's Ilsa. Maybe I'm pronouncing your name wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. But I'm glad that you're here and you're able to join. So hopefully this will help you get motivated. You can write wherever you'd like. If you're writing in Dabble or Google Docs, whatever other tool you're writing in, I'd encourage you to pull that up because we're going to get started here in about 3 minutes. So we'll start writing. But yeah, I'm excited. I've been kind of brainstorming some ideas for my villains in my story, and so I'm excited to get started there on that. But for some context on my story, it's a sci-fi story. It's kind of like near future sci-fi. So we've kind of colonized. Thank you, Doug. I'm glad Doug could tune in here. Doug is usually the star of the show. I'm just a guy who likes to write and shows up to do writing sprints. So, but I'm glad that you enjoy writing sprints with me more than you like doing them alone, Doug. But yeah, my story is a near future sci-fi story. If you've read The Expanse or seen the show, I love that show. I love The Expanse, and I think they have a really cool take on sci-fi in general. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be writing today is some villain motivations. I don't think what I'm writing will end up in the story, but I think it'll help me kind of just process through what their plan is and what they're hoping to achieve. So it'll probably be dialogue heavy and not super compelling, but more of a brainstorming writing sprint for me today. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to kick this up to the stage. So as you can see, we've got our timer here. We're about ready to roll. And once it starts, then it's a 20-minute sprint. So just write like the wind. And then afterwards, we will just have a little chat wrap up, and then we'll go from there. But yeah. I always get so nervous once we're about to start, like something about a timer ticking down is just inherently I don't know, pressurized in some way, but that's the point. Got to get words down on the page. So all right. Make sure your keyboard's warmed up. You're ready to roll. If you hear any music in the background, that it would be my wife listening to K-pop. Here we go. And start. All right. That is that. I got 591 words. Looks like our average was 596. So that's pretty good. How did that go? Any fun revelations? I knew with what I was writing, I knew that one character was, I knew who one character was, but I didn't know who the other one was. So I discovered a lot about this Ren character. I don't know if these names will stick around, but yeah. 473 for Ilsa. That's awesome. Which is actually quite good for me. Hey, any progress counts. So it's not a race against each other. It's a race against ourselves. So Doug says he's struggling with this part of his book, so these kinds of sprints are forcing me through it. Yeah, 473 is awesome. Yeah, totally. This is something that I've been wrestling with myself, is like, because I know that I want to have these bad guys do something awful, but the bad guys are like essentially corporate people, and so why would they make the decisions that they did? But this really helped me work through that and figure out what they're doing. Abby, hey Abby, I was late to the party but got a little sprinkle of words in. I'm glad you could join us. A sprinkle of words still counts as words. So, Abby and Doug are the masters of W, for those who don't know. So, all those amazing articles that you've read, those come from Abby and Doug. So, we've got the dream team here today. All right. Well, I would encourage everyone to make sure that you copy these words down into a document where you can keep them. Mizell says you're revising, so it's harder to tell how much I've added. Yeah, totally. Kind of the point of these word sprints is just to give you a dedicated time to work on whatever you're working on. So obviously, when it's coming to word sprints, if you're writing something new, it's easy to look at the word count and say, oh, I've made progress. But I also have quite a bit of this book written. And so one of these writing sprint Wednesdays, I might just do an editing sprint for myself and go through my scene and see what I like, what I don't like. So that might be something. But I'm glad that you're able to make some progress, Mizelle. So yeah, make sure if you wrote new words that they're in the right spot. Be sure to copy them out of word sprints if you joined the word sprint. As you can see here, the data is stored for 24 hours. So just make sure that you can copy all the text right here and put that somewhere. I'm going to drop this into my story notes for mine. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope that everyone was able to make some progress. And if you're kind of on a roll, I'm probably going to keep writing here and just finish out this scene before I copy it over. So if you're already on a roll, I'd encourage you to keep on going. Ilsa, I'm just wondering, how does everyone deal with the feeling that they want to take out typing mistakes or weird sentence structures, etc.? I really have that urge, but I force myself to just type. Yeah, totally. I definitely was wrestling with that here in the beginning as well, where I was like, oh, I should have put the quotation marks around this and other things. But yeah, my recommendation is like in Dabble or Word or Google Docs, anywhere else, you can actually turn off the little red squigglies. And like today I realized I don't know how to spell philanthropist, like a philanthrope, I think. But anyways, that one tripped me up a little bit. So you're not alone in like struggling with that, but for sure, what I do when I'm just trying to write and make progress is I turn off the little red squiggly, so that way it doesn't show up on my screen at all, and then it's way easier to like get through it and make progress and not like get caught up in like, oh, but I'm writing so poorly. Like everything first draft that I write is pretty bad quality. So but it's better to have it on the page than to like wrestle with it and try and get it all perfect. So yeah, a little bit of a learning curve for sure, but it can help if you have whatever tool you're using to write, whether that be Dabble or Word or Google Docs or whatever. You can toggle off the squigglies. I know in Dabble, it's really easy to toggle it on and off. You can just click on the little right-hand toolbars and toggle those off. But for the other ones, I know you can do it, and so I recommend doing that, so that way it just is a little less obvious that you're you're not writing well. But yeah, any writing is good writing. That's our that's kind of what we live by here at Dabble. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you had a good experience, and keep on writing. If you're on a good roll here and you got some more time, then just keep on going from here. So thanks, everybody. See ya.